For those of you who would like to mark the top 10 placings in your catalog in the Spring Yearling Heifer class, the results are as follows. Entry 2468 was first place and first bred and owned. She is Pit Crew Rasta Tricky, owned by Pit Crew Genetics of Cambridge, Minnesota. Entry 2471 was second and first place junior, Pit Crew Phantom Nikita, leased by Allison Foss and owned by Pit Crew Genetics of Cambridge, Minnesota. Entry 2454 was third, VB Can Do Juno, owned by Vaguely Farm Inc. of Monticello, Wisconsin. Entry 3790 was fourth and second junior, Corlin Carter Starlight, owned by Courtney N. Bell of Frederick, Maryland. Entry 2467 was fifth and third junior. Entry 2449 was sixth and fourth junior. Entry 2470 was seventh. Entry 2463 was eighth and fifth junior. Entry 2469 was ninth and sixth junior. And entry 2459 was 10th and 7th junior. Now in the ring is the Winter Yearling Heifer class. The first place award will be presented by Corn Dairy of Territon, Idaho. The Bred and Owned Award is presented by the Wisconsin Brown Swiss Association. And the Junior Award will be presented by Mill K. Valley of Orangeville, Illinois. Judge Lammers has completed his placings in the winter yearling heifer class. Third place goes to entry 2492, Twinkle Hill T. Amberley, owned by Twinkle Hill Farm, Jeannie Winkleman of Watertown, Wisconsin. Second place, second junior and bred and owned, goes to entry number 2486, Pit Crew Devil's Rhythm, leased by Allison Foss, owned by Pit Crew Genetics of Cambridge, Minnesota. And first place goes to entry number 2479. She's also first junior, and she is Shelburne B.R. Dell's Designer, leased by Lily Jensen and owned by Haley Gurnick and Kelvin Webster of Blue Mounds, Wisconsin. Judge Lammers.
Just a tremendously balanced heifer here to win the class. A heifer you love the dairy strength, the openness, the straightness of lines that this individual has, giving her the advantage of our heifer in second, particularly when you get behind her. She's an individual that's much wider rump. She's wider through her hooks, wider through her pins, and she has a little more substance through that front end. Second heifer follows that same pattern. She's a stylish, angular heifer. She has an advantage of her heifer in third, just a little cleaner cut up through the front end. She's just a little more open about that rib structure than the extremely long-bodied heifer here in third. Heifer in third, a heifer you love the length, the style, and balance too. She goes over our heifer in fourth, just a little fuller in the crops today, a little harder up through that chine. I also do love the way this third heifer's making up underneath. If there was a best springing heifer in the class, it'd be on this third place heifer. But that being said, fourth heifer, just a beautiful, stylish heifer. She goes over our February heifer just on the length of frame. She's a little more upstanding today than this fourth place heifer. Fourth place heifer, as I mentioned, a February heifer. She's just more open in her rib. I prefer the strength in her loin, the levelness from her hooks to her pins than our heifer in six. 6 over 7, just carrying a little less condition all the way through. She's cleaner up through the throat and brisket. She's got a little more extension today over this big, powerful heifer coming out in 7th. Congratulations.